வச்சுட்டு எத்தனை போட்டு இவ்வளோ அமௌண்ட் எத்தனை டேஸ்க்கு 6 டேஸ்க்கு இவ்வளோன்னு சொல்லி
What? Wipro. யாரா?
சார் நான் ஒன்னே ஒன்று சொல்றேன்.
சேஞ்ச் பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்கேன். அப்ப நான் திருப்பி
Process. A very good morning to all of you. Hope I'm audible and clear. You can confirm on the chat window. All right. Thanks for confirmation. Yeah, we'll wait for another 1 or 2 minutes as some of the other professors are just joining.
कोई काम कर भाई, वीडियो कॉल ऑन कर ले, तेरा कैमरा ऑन कर ले।
Yuvraj, you can keep all the professors on mute. I hope my screen is also visible. All right. So in the interest of time, we'll get started. Process, a warm welcome to all of you for taking your time and joining this orientation session. Uh, so I'd like to extend our warm wishes and welcome for all of you to this session. And thanks for getting yourself nominated for the training program, which is going to commence in the coming week. So before we start off with this presentation, let me just inform you on a few things which will help us to keep focused on the points that we are going to discuss here and without getting diverted or disturbed. So requesting all of you to be on off from the camera, and your mics are also being muted right now. So this will help us to focus more on the points that we are going to discuss during the next 1 hour. By the end of the presentations, we'll keep up 10-minute Q&A sessions. We'll keep your mic open at that point of time where all your queries can be answered. All right. So myself, Suresh from Team Talentnext of Wipro, leading the Talentnext focused initiatives for across the engineering colleges span India. So I'll be taking up over two set of presentations for you in the next 1 hour. Part one of our presentation will focus more on what is this Talentnext all about, what we do as part of Talentnext, the various activities that we perform, followed by the very specific details about your batch, what you're going to do as part of your batch, and the other related informations. I hope my audio is clear. One of the professor is writing is not with audible. Professor, can you just check on from your end? Right. So the second part of the presentation will focus more on a demo, a step-by-step demo on our learning portal, which is going to be given to you for the accessing the learning content assignments, and we'll take you through a detailed presentation step by step on usage of the portal. Right. So these will be the two part of presentations. So we'll start off with what is Talentnext all about. All right. Now we have a bigger audience here. We have professors being nominated for 4 of the different technology programs, which is going to get started. So there are professors who are part of Java full stack training. There are professors who will be part of .NET full stack training, professors being part of data science, as well as database solution expert. All right. So we have a mix of professors here. I'm going to give all the generic information and also very specific information with respect to your particular technology. All right. So however, no confusions here. And we have chosen professors based on different criterias on the colleges, on the regions, into this specific different technology training programs. So no worries about why I'm being part of Java, why I'm being part of data science. So that is a mix with a different criteria that has been kept. Of course, you will also get cross skills in the forthcoming days. All right. Now, before we move further, we need to understand what is this Talent Next all about. Being you're all the new professors who are going to be part of our first set of the initiative that we have as part of Talent Next. Right. So professors, some of you might be already aware that Wipro was running a program from 2006 to 2016 by the name of Mission 10X. Close to 1,000 colleges were part of it across pan India, which runs for a span of 10 years, where more focused we had on the pedagogy training, on the core engineering subjects. All right. We had even the Mission 10X lab being set up in many colleges. Now, we went from Mission 10X into the second version uh, from 2016, which we call it as Talent Next. So the Talent Next is our next gen activity as part of Mission 10X right from 2016. Now, what we do on this Talent Next, right? What is it all about? This Talent Next is part of our Wipro's CSR initiative, our community service initiative, which is primarily focused with the three goals that you are seeing on the screen. Right? Based on various surveys and analysis done by many companies on the different challenges that we face with the new engineers, the new aspirants who join the IT industry. So we could find that there is a need for an academia and industry alignment with focus on the current era of disruptive technologies. So gone are the days where we have a technology which were there in the market for 5 years or 10 years, and we have a stereotypic way of learning on a syllabus, on an academia syllabus, where the syllabus remains the same for 3 to 4 years. But now, with the constant disruptive change that is happening, maybe once in a month, there are new softwares, new versions coming in, a lot of changes that happens in the market. So the expectation from the industry on the freshers, on the new joinees who come into the IT world is completely different. So based on the gap analysis that has been made, we primarily focused with the goal of a need for the academia and industry alignment. So that is one of the prime goal of this Talnext initiative. Now the next part would be, how do we build the academia into the future ready, or we say the digital ready talent, all right? So it is not about just the students who should be digital ready, but also the academia, the professors and the leaders of the academia should be more focused into digital ready or future ready technologies, right? So now, as part of this Talnext, we want to expand these boundaries into different colleges of various tiers, not only tier 1 cities, but also tier 2 and tier 3 cities, covering a wide range of colleges pan India, thereby reducing the gap of the industry and academia. So these are the prime focus of our Talent Next initiative. Right. Now, what we do here as part of Talent Next, is it okay that we go directly with the students and get them engaged into the new technologies? No. So we identified that the faculties, the professors should be enlightened, should be adapted to the new teaching mechanisms, to be adapted to the new technologies, right? And the different mechanisms of teaching and learning. So our prime focus was on enriching the professors and faculties of the academia. So it is not about just learning a technology that anybody can do. Now there are a lot of mechanisms by which we can learn new technologies. So as part of the Talent Next program, it is not about just training on a technology. It is about the teaching and learning practices that can be adapted. All right. How can we make use of different automotive technologies, automotive tools that comes in handy? And now is the world of AI and the Gen AI. So how to mix those tools, leverage those tools into the teaching and learning practices, right? So this is what is going to be the prime focus on the faculty development. So it is about learning a technology. It is about going for the integration of tools and techniques. It is about various teaching mechanisms that can be adapted. So all these things becomes part of the faculty development. And I have used one more keyword here. It's called self-directed learning. So there are multiple ways of learning. One is a instructor-based learning. One is a self-learning, and there is something called as self-directed learning. For a learner, if a proper direction is being provided, if a learning path is being provided, then that becomes a very effective way of learning, which is what we are going to adapt as part of our training. So that's about the faculty development that we carry out as part of Talent Next. Not only the faculties, we also engage with the leadership of the academia, like the principal, deans, and the heads of department, where we train them on something called academic leadership development. So where it focuses on the leadership skills, the academia, leadership capability building, all those things become part of our academic leadership development. The third focus point for us is on the digital transformation. So when I say digital transformation, it is all about bringing the technology together from the industry to the academia, building of digital labs, assist on the curriculum building, assist on the problem solving capability, increase the techniques of learning. So we support the academia in all these digital transformation areas. So you could have understood by now about our goal on the Talent Next, as well as the focus areas of what we do as part of Talent Next. Now, I'll give you a quick snapshot on what is our journey over the years. So right from 2016, so it is almost 8+ years now as part of Talent Next. We have covered close to 4,000 plus professors of the engineering colleges pan India, covering all the regions, right? So it is almost close to 600 plus colleges is what we have covered as part of this Talent Next initiative. It is not about just getting a learning a technology, it is about getting certified. So we have on our book close to 1,500 plus professors who are being certified. When I say certified, we call it as wipro certified faculty, which is for the self growth of the professor as well as for the academic improvement. And these certified professors in turn transfer this knowledge to the student community. So that is our ultimate end goal of sharing this knowledge to the student, by which we make them more employable or employable ready, right? So these certified professors have in turn trained close to 285,000 students across the colleges in the academia. When I say this current year 2024 alone, close to 200 colleges engaged with the certified WCF professors on the student training. We had close to 60,000 students being trained on this academic year of the 6th semester, and based on the effective training being provided by the WCF, we had close to 25,000 students being certified in various full stack technologies. All right. So that's our 8+ years journey. Now, Is it about getting trained only on Java full stack or .NET full stack kind of technology? No. Once a professor is certified as WCF, so that is your first step into our journey. Now, once a professor have gone through the WCF program, got certified as WCF, the journey doesn't stop there. The professors will have continuous learning engagement with us in the form of advanced technology trainings. The WCF professors year on year will get their updated skills in terms of getting trained on technologies like AIML, big data, cloud computing, cyber security kind of stuff. So thereby the professors move to the next level of getting trained and certified on advanced technologies. And you can see the numbers on the screen of how many professors got trained on the various emerging technologies, right? So this has given you a complete snapshot of what is TalentNext all about and what we do as part of this particular training program. So as been explained in my previous slides, we focus on faculty transformation in getting knowledge about the 21st century learning and teaching skills, right? We go by an approach called project-based learning approach, which I will give you a very detailed explanation when we go for the second part of presentations, right? We do train on the digital skills, right? We help in the curriculum and research of the academia. We have the academic leadership programs, and we have the student interventions and engagement. So there are multiple activities which we do as part of a TalentNext. We also have a joint engagement with NASSCOM, the governing body of IT companies, and we drive the future skills program on behalf of NASSCOM, where we also train and certify with a joint certification from Wipro and NASSCOM. So these are the multiple different engagements that we have as part of TalentNext. I hope you're clear. If you have any doubts, any queries that comes on your mind, you don't want to hold on, you can always keep posting your queries on the chat window. Myself and my team is also already available here and they can respond. Now coming to the most important part of the presentation is about your training engagement with us as part of this WCF training program. Okay, now we run this program. When I say WCF, going forward, we'll be using a term called WCF, which stands for Wipro Certified Faculty, right? We run this program in two modes. One we call it as ILT mode, which is the instructor-led training, that is a physical training, wherein the professors will be physically available in our Bangalore location and get trained face to face, right? So that was a mode of training. We were having it pre-COVID days where professors physically visit our Bangalore location, and the training is a hectic training from morning 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. But post-COVID, we have moved on to a virtual mode of training based on the tools and technologies which we can adapt, and that is what we call as the VILT training mode, which stands for Virtual Instructor-Led Training Program. So we are yet to come back to the physical mode. So your batch is also going to be a virtual instructor-led training program, which means the complete training program is going to be online, where you are going to attend the training program via Microsoft Teams from your respective locations. It can be from your college or from your home, doesn't matter. So the entire training program for the 3 weeks is going to be on a virtual mode. So there is a confusion here. I said 3 weeks, but we have given us a 6 weeks. So the overall journey of this WCF program is going to be 6 weeks, which I will explain to you right now. Okay. So as I informed, we are training the professors on multiple technologies as given. We have technology training on Java full stack, .NET full stack, data science with Python, and database solution expert. So we have professors here who are part of any of these four technologies. Whatever technology training you belong to, the duration remains same. Now, what is this breakup of 6 weeks, right? Now, I'll give you the dates, starting dates of your training program also in the next slide. 1 week, the first 1 week will be assigned as the self-learning week. So what do you mean by that? Self-learning. There are few topics, fundamentals, basics, which we don't want to spend much time on it. Since already you are very experienced professors having at least 2 years of teaching experience on a technology. So some of the basic topics we are assigning as self-learning. The reason behind, if those few basic things are being self-learned, then it will be easy for us to spend more time into the advanced features, advanced modules where more time has to be spent, and that becomes good for both of us. So that's the reason a few topics will be assigned to you as part of self-learning, and those details will come to you on the email. Now, the next 3 weeks, right, is going to be your actual training week on the VILT mode. So since there are professors from 4 batches here, 2 batches will be having the starting date from the 11th of November, and the other 2 batches will have the starting date from 18th of November. I'll show you the details. So from there on, 3 weeks will be the effective virtual instructor-led training program on the specific duration. Now, on the physical training, we had the training from morning 8:30 to evening 8 p.m. A very stretchable, dedicated training. However, being this as a virtual section, we also understand that you are also busy with your academics. Hence, this is not going to be a full day program. Your training program is going to be a half day program, except few days, right? So your program is going to be between 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. So that's the timing of your program. Mostly the first day of the training program, that is the first Monday, and the last day of the training program is going to be the full day program. When I say full day, it is from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. All the other days, it is going to be 9:30 to 1 p.m. If required, if there is a backlog, and the Fridays will be a full day. So that's how your timing of the session would be. Here, one humble request from our end to all of you is, at the time of nominations, we have also informed that your attendance on all days of training program is mandatory. So what do you mean by that? Do not assume that it is going to be a virtual session. You're going to join on Teams, and so that you can just join for the sake of joining, but you do a parallel activity on your academics. Please avoid doing so. We want you to have the dedicated timing on the training, fully focused on the training, or available always within the timing of the training, and avoid doing parallel activity. So please set aside your work for the second half. Please get the necessary approvals. Please talk to your placement officers and your HODs to ensure that you are not being allotted any parallel work during the timing of the training, so that you can focus fully into the training. Reason, every day, it is not about just technology learning. As I told you earlier, we are going to discuss on many things. There's going to be a lot of discussion-based activities, collaborative way of learning activities, gaming and automation-based activities. So missing a few of the activities or topics will make you go away from the path of learning. So please ensure that, I'm repeating, please ensure before the start of the training from 11th, please ensure that you are focused on this learning. You avoid any parallel activities. Please do not come back to us saying that you are academically busy or you have some other classes by which you are not able to attend a few sessions. That should be avoided, right? So that's about your complete duration, all right? Now, of course, at the end of the training program, we have an assessment, right? So only if you clear that assessment, you will be certified as wipro certified faculty. I'm not going to discuss more about the assessment as at this point of time. So don't get panic on the assessment part. During the last day of your training program, on the third week, last day of the training program, we will have a dedicated half-an-hour session wherein I will clearly discuss you, elaborate you on the assessment point of view. How do you are going to book your slots, take your assessment, right? And what is the criteria? So having said that, as of now, you need to understand what is that you need to do on the self-learning part. What is that? It happens on the 3 weeks of VILT session, that is a virtual instructor-led training program. What is the assessment preparation that will happen post the training, and then you take up the assessment. Professor Pradeep, you're raising your hand. Just keep hold on. We can discuss your queries during the Q&A part. All right. You asked for getting permission, so that is from your end. Please kindly ensure that you are adequately available for the duration of the training program. Okay, now what next? Your duration, as I informed, we have the 4 weeks, 4 batches of professors joining here. All these batches will start in the month of November, that is our Q3. So 2 batches, batch of .NET professors, .NET full stack training, and the professors who are nominated for data science. For you, the start date of your 3 weeks VILT is from 11th of November till 29th of November, right? So that is your 3 weeks of VILT. Your strict attendance is required for these 3 weeks of training. The self-learning period, post-learning period, that is all about yours. You can schedule any time for your preparation. But for the 3 weeks of VILT session, you are required to be present on all days. So please note down your dates for batch of .NET and for the batch of data science. The start date is on 11th of November and it goes till 29th of November. Okay. Now the batch which is of the Java full stack and the batch of the database solution expert. Your batch starts 1 week later, that is on 18th of November. So your start date will be 18th of November and it goes till 6th of December. So that's how your batch dates are. You can also have the batch number. That's for our internal reference. We will represent you with this corresponding batch number, right? So that's how your training schedule will be. We will also be sharing these details on the mail that you will be receiving in a day or 2, right? Okay, now what next? What is the coverage of the syllabus that we do, right? For the Java full stack batch, we start right from the core Java, fundamentals of Java. We move on to the advanced part. We cover the JUnit for the testing, moving on to JDBC. So right from the core Java, you start and then you end up with the frameworks like the ORM framework, Hibernate. We cover Spring, Spring Boot, and a little bit on microservices. So end to end of the Java, we call it as BED, backend development of full stack, right? So that is what you'll be covering if you are part of the Java full stack training. Similarly, professors who have been nominated for the .NET full stack. You also cover from the introduction to .NET, Microsoft .NET with the C# fundamentals, OOPS, the testing framework of NUnit, advanced C#. Then comes to the database of Microsoft SQL Server. Then comes the web-based part of ASP.NET Core and ADO.NET, and going with till microservices. So on the Java end, might be professors may feel we have learned a little bit on academics, but for professors on .NET, you may feel this Microsoft technology is going to be completely new. No worries. We are there. Myself and my team is available here. We are going to take handhold you with all the topics being involved. So no worries. If you are very interactive, that is what I'll talk to you in the next slide on the expectations. If you meet that expectations, we are always there to guide you, mentor you, and help. Now, coming to the portions of data science batch, we start from the Python fundamentals, data structures in Python, IO operations and functions. So we start with basics of 1 week of Python, followed by 2 weeks on the data science part, right from the intro to statistics and AML, covering NumPy, pandas, data visualization, and we go till the natural language processing NLP. For the batch of the database solution expert, it is not about just SQL, PLSQL. As some of you might have a thought process that some of the RD members and SQL part might be part of your academia, but this program is going to be very in-depth, starting from the SQL to the theory of SQL. Then we move to the advanced level of SQL and PLSQL blocks, views, cursors, all right? And we also go with the architecture part of database. Then we go on to the high level of database tuning and database administration, all right? So these are the portions that will be part of the different training program that we are going to be part of. So as I told you sometime before, why I'm giving the topics, the modules of all the technologies here is all of the professors, though you belong to a different technology, will come to know what is that we cover. So professors, we also get you into cross skills. So no worries. Professors who are part of Java full stack now will later on move on to data science or database solution expert. Professors who are part of the database solution expert will get trained on .NET or Java full stack in the coming days. So you'll have a cross skilling, nothing to worry on that part, and no worries of why you are being nominated on a particular technology right now. Okay, fine. Now, what next? Fine. What is the expectation from you on this program? Right. Now, for each of the technology, the required softwares, the required infra has to be kept ready from your end. Once you get a mail from us by today or tomorrow, we will also mention about the software prerequisites. Most of the technologies here are free. So what is the required softwares? What is the infra that is required? So please keep those things ready in your machine, in your laptop or desktop, whichever you have, so that we will not have any delays and don't spend time of installations and troubleshooting in between the training program. The next expectation is attending the class as per the schedule. So the timings will be informed prior to you, and we also want to inculcate a few culture. So when I say 9:30 is the starting time, we start by 9:30. Today also I could see some of you are joining late, but during the training program, we don't want you to join late. So if it is 9:30, it is 9:30. If you're going to join 5 minutes late, you're going to miss few of the important points, because every day morning starts with some new activity and new discussions. So kindly ensure you join on time, be there on the complete duration of the training program, not just joining and be idle. Okay. We do have mechanisms. We do have the AI powered mechanisms to keep track of the total time you spend on the training. It is not about just learning, hearing from us. We'll follow a collaborative approach of learning and teaching. Every day we have a few set of assignments and projects that will be assigned to you by our mentor. Kindly ensure that you complete all the required assignments and projects so that there can be healthy discussions that can happen on the very next day to take things forward. Our ultimate aim is not about just covering a syllabus. It is all about being a collaborative learning ecosystem. So the expectation from us is for this next 3 weeks, please set aside that you are a professor. You are coming as the learner. Okay. Now, as a learner, what is the best practice that is required is please feel free to interact. Now, this is going to be a very good place of interaction in two angles. One, never mind about asking doubts. N number of times, I don't bother. Our mentors are patient enough and highly skilled to handle your doubts and queries. So ultimately, it is up for us to understand the technology. So never mind about if you're asking questions multiple times, no worries. But please ensure that you open up, ask the questions, and be ready of learning and understanding. Now, the second point here is this is a good place for you to collaborate with the other professors also, because professors from Pan India, from different regions and colleges are going to be part of the batch. So it is not about a one way of learning. It is about discussions, debates, having a close interactions with the different professors. It might be you knowing a few points much better, share it up on the group so that it becomes a more collaborative and healthy learning, right? And of course, our end result is to take up the final assessment. Got it? So these are the expectations. And before I close this first part of presentation, this is the motto where we go with this training. It's a very beautiful quote from one of the philosophy, Confucius. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand, which focuses more into more of the hands-on timing, more of doing hands-on, putting our hands dirty, by which we can learn new things. All right. So this will be our going forward, our motto. So hope you understood the complete focus on what is Talentnext all about, what are the things that we do as part of Talentnext, what is your respective program all about, the timing, the expectations. Hope you are clear. I could see a few of the questions coming up on the chat window. Many have already asked about the PBL app and other things, which we are going to discuss right now. Okay. Once my second part of presentation is completed, then we will open up for the Q&A session. So till then, please hold on with your questions. Put it on the chat window. At the end, we will discuss both of the points together. All right. Now I'm getting into the second part of the presentation, which is all about the PBL app. Some of you have already started asking questions about where do you download this app, how to take it up. Though we say it is an app, it is not going to be really a mobile app. It is going to be a website. So nothing is required for you to download. So this is going from our end, which we are going to give you the access permission. So before I start this presentation, your access is not yet enabled, right? So please understand. So do not try to open the website right now or trying to access. Your access is not yet enabled. So please have a focus on what I'm going to discuss slide by slide, screen by screen here, so that you will not get any confusions. Okay. Now, by today evening or tomorrow, once you get the mail of the activation, you will have all the process on that mail, and after that you will be able to use this particular website. Professor Harshita just now I've explained that there is nothing to download. and install for PBL app. It is going to be a website, which I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. Right. Now, what are things that we're going to discuss here? I'll let you know right from how do you register to this website, how do you log in, and how do we access all the learning modules, and then how do you submit your assignments. So all these points is what we're going to discuss right from the registration process in the website. Now, what is the first thing you want to do, right? That's the URL of the website, which you will get it on your email also. So that's our restricted now website, which we use to train our internal people. Now we are getting it exposed to you to get the same feel and flavor of learning on a portal. So this portal, this website is what we call as PBL app. The URL is given. I again repeat, please do not try to open it right now. You are not at enabled access. Now, when you open this website for the very first time on your system, this is going to be a highly secure portal, which needs to follow a few things. So you will get into a screen which you are seeing on your screen right now. It goes with a sign in request. Okay. Now, when you're coming for the very first time, you don't have a registration being done. You have to do a self-registration. So how do you do the self-registration? Below the blue sign in button, you can see something called don't have an account, sign up now. So just click on this sign up now link, where we'll get into this page of self-registration, right? Where you are going to supposed to provide the email address. Please be very careful here. You have to give the same email address what you have given in your nomination. Okay, please do not use any other email ID which will not be authenticated. So you have to use the same email ID. And then click on the send verification code. You'll get a 6-digit OTP on your email ID, not on mobile phone. Once you get the 6-digit OTP, you can provide that. Then you create your own password. Just put a simple your display name. It's a very simple registration format. Once that is done, click on the create button. Your account is created. This is going to be a one-time activity. So all you need to do is only one-time registration. If you try to repeat it again, it will not be allowed. Once you're successfully registered, then every time when you log in, you can just get into directly sign in. Just provide your email ID and the password that you have created. Every time you'll get a 6-digit OTP on the email ID, give that and continue. So that's how you do the registration and login process, right? So every time when you give the email ID, click on the send verification code. You'll get a 6-digit code, provide and click on verify code. Once your email is verified, you can continue, right? So we go by multi-factor authentication. We have multiple levels of authentication here. Now, once the first step is cleared in your authentication, you'll get this welcome message coming up on your screen. And in the screen, it is asking for something called enter your PBL app ID. Okay, you're going to use your PBL app ID. Professor Shabir, I've already shared my screen and the screen is visible. Now, what is your PBL app ID? Where do you get it? All right. Each one of you will be assigned a unique PBL app ID, which will come to you on the email. I repeat, each one of you will be assigned a unique PBL app ID, which will be sent to you on the email. That is what you have to provide here. Got it? And just click on the small checkbox for the terms and conditions, and then click on the proceed button. That's how you move on. So going forward, in every place, you will be identified with your PBL app ID only. So kindly make sure that you always use your PBL app ID as the reference. Even when you're going to join on the Teams for the training program 3 weeks, you have to join in a specific format. That will be your PBL app ID underscore your name. That's how we capture the attendance of your training. Those details also will be shared to you. Okay. Now, before I move forward, some of the common error messages that you may get if you do something wrong. Okay, one is the invalid PBL app ID, as the error message suggests. If you've done any mistake, if you're given a wrong PBL app ID, you will not be able to proceed. There's another common mistake which you get, something called account not found. It clearly shows that you are using an email ID which is not as per the nomination email ID you have given. So if you're going to use a different email ID, then you will get account not found. You will not be able to proceed further. Now the third mistake, session expired. This happens by two reasons. One, if you're taking too much of time to enter the 6-digit OTP or the PBL app ID, your session get expired as a security mechanism. Or if there is a network disconnect from your end, you get a session expiry. If that is the case, you have to re-log in and continue with the same process. So this is how you will be moving for the login part. Now, once you are successfully inside, this is how it looks. Okay. For the purpose of the demo and example, I'm using a Java technology. Okay, Java Stream content is what I'm showing, and the layout, the flow is going to remain same for all the other technologies also. Now, what you see on my screen on the left side is what we have the menu navigation, and the right side is what you have the content pane. Okay. Now, on the left side, if you see, there are a few generic topics which is under getting started, and then you see something called tech modules or capsule. So there are two ways. One is called a module, another thing is called a capsule. How do I identify? Very simple. There are some headings being given in a blue color, and there are some headings that are given in a gray color. The blue ones are called modules, and the gray ones are called capsule. So that's how we identify. What is the difference? I'll come to you shortly. The blue ones, the modules, are the actual topic-wise learning content. You can see now Java fundamental, OOPS, all those things. Now, all the blue ones, all the modules follow the same process, right? If you click on any of the blue modules as per the technology that has been assigned to you, it opens up 4 parts: mini project, topics to learn, learning outcome, and sample questions. Right. Now, every module starts by something called a project. Based on the module, there'll be 1 or 2 projects assigned. As I told you, it's a project-based learning, right? Now, if you click on that, you get a documentation of the project. Now, what is it all about? Am I going to do a project right away? No. First, you're going to understand what is the project, what is the expectation, what is the output and input as part of the project. Now, to do the project, you are new, right? You are new to the technology. Now, to do the particular project, you may need to learn few things, all right? You can see that is called topics covered. So having a knowledge of all these topics will help you do the particular project, which means you need to learn these topics. Where do I go and learn? This is the second part, topics to learn, which will have all the required topics. Now, if I open a particular topic, there'll be 2 parts. One, you can see the learning material. For every topic, there is a set of curated content of learning for you. When I say curated content, there are PDFs, there are presentations, there are websites, there are videos available. All talks about the same topic. So whichever is comfortable, you can go ahead and learn. Once the learning is completed, if you come down, there is something called exercise and assignments. Based on the topic, based on the number of syllabus that you cover, there'll be the number of assignments which you will be completing. All the assignments will be completed, will be done on the respective environment. So it can be Eclipse, it can be on NetBeans, it can be on the Visual Studio, it can be on the VS Code, whichever IDE is recommended, that is what you'll be using it. Professor Chanmupriya, you're asking a question about can we download the learning materials assignments are all restricted. It cannot be downloaded from the portal. You have to access the portal and make use of it. OK, so that's about learning the topics and completion of the assignments. Now, once all the topics learning is completed, you can go back to the project. Now, since you have learned all the topics required, you can go ahead and rightly complete the project. So that's how your learning will be going on. Now, the next two parts is the learning outcome, which talks about the expectation from this particular module. And the last part called the sample questions. We have a set of questions which mainly is helpful in doing a recap of the topic. All right, learn. So this is a power packed 4 parts which is available in all of the modules which you see on the screen. Now the next part, as I told you, there is something called green, right? A gray color, which I call as capsule. Now, what do you mean by capsule? What is the difference between module? In the module, you can see that the durations are being specified, a tentative duration. The capsule, the gray ones, they are just for generic learning, all right? In a capsule, there'll be no project and assignments, it's only for learning. Something like, I want to learn about the coding standards. I want to learn about how do I configure and install Eclipse, what is version control. So such things are given as capsule. So this is how your content will be available on the portal. Now the next part is something called a very important, which is a problem solving and logic building exercise, which I'm not going to discuss. Which I'm not going to discuss right now. This part will be taken up in detail by the mentor in your batch, and they will discuss on a daily basis on this problem solving and logic building. I'm getting to the last part here, which is more important. As I told you, you have been assigned something on the self-learning, as well as during your 3 weeks of training program, you're going to have the assignments and the projects. Now, after completing these assignments and the projects, how you're going to upload it to us for the review and checks. That is where we have something called a code completion tracker, which is available on the main menu itself. On the common left side, you can see there is something called CC tracker usage guide and code completion tracker. That's a detailed guide on how to use this completion tracker. Now, what you're going to do here, once you open the code completion tracker, here the credentials are different, which will be on your mail. So you'll be given your PBLApp ID as a username, and then you'll be having a default password that will be shared to you. You have to use that for CC tracker. Now, once you log in here, the modules which are being assigned to you for learning, the same module will reflect here with the 2 sections, project and hands-on submission. Now, how you're going to upload your completed assignments and projects? You can upload your finished work either in the form of a TXT file, text file, or it can be in a zip file. Only these 2 formats are supported. The instructions are there on the screen. Suppose you have completed the program for the first module. What you need to do? Select the respective module. For example, TM01, select this round box for TM1. Now come down. You have to select whether you are uploading a project or an exercise, and then choose the file which you have created, and then just click upload file. OK, only the source code is allowed. No exes, DLLs, jars, libraries can be part of your zip file, which gets rejected. OK, once you successfully upload, everything is fine, verified, you get a green tick saying the file is uploaded successfully. If there are any issues, you get a red bar indicating the error message. by which you can correct and re-upload, right? It goes for a background check. It will not get immediately reflecting. Now, when you come for a re-login, when you come and log in again, if the submission is proper, you get those submission reflecting against a particular module, the file name, what you have uploaded. So this will be tracking on a daily basis to ensure that you are completing your assignments and projects. So this is all about the portal, the PBL app portal. Hope I have covered the entire end-to-end usage of the portal. There'll be a deck which will be shared to you along with the email where you can get more details on using this particular portal. So with this note, I complete the second part of our presentations. Now we can open up for our Q&A part so that I'll be able to clear your queries and take things forward. Okay. So I'm just stopping my presentations as of now and we'll go for the Q&A part. You will keep your mics open. So kindly raise your hand on the Teams so that we will not collide. We'll go one by one of the questions. Sorry, I have 4 professors who have raised your hand. Professor Obruda, you are the first person. Well, raise your hand. You can unmute and please raise your questions. Professor Obruda, you want to ask a question? Other professors, I request you to be on mute. Only then we'll be able to answer it properly. Yeah, Professor, go ahead, please. We are not able to hear you. Okay, there is no question. Since you have raised your hand, Professor Dinakar, you have a question?
Sir, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Professor.
Good morning. This side Dinakar, Director for Career Guidance and Corporate Relations from Geetanjali Institute of Science and Technology, Nellore, Andhra Pradesh. Thank you so much for the comprehensive understanding about the program. It is very clear, and we are so happy to be part of this program. Thanks to Wipro for initiating such a wonderful CSR activity, which helps students, which helps faculty, and academy of fraternity. Thanks to Mr. Suresh Balakrishnan for giving us the clear orientation about this program. Sir, I have one question to be clarified. We have nominated 5 faculty members from our college, and we have received email for Java full stack program, which is starting from 8th November.
It is not on 8th November, it's on 11th November.
Sorry, yeah, 11th November, 11th November. So should all our 5 faculty members can take the training program only on Java full stack or?
Professors, okay, thanks for raising this question. I have other 1 or 2 professors have raised these questions. No change on the stream will happen from now on. Professors being nominated to a specific technology will remain on that technology only.
Wonderful, sir. So which means we have received for Java full stack, all of 5 faculty members will be going through Java full stack only.
Yes.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you very much.
So we have identified different colleges based on some criteria, and that's how the batches are being assigned.
Yeah.
So no change of the nominations on streams is possible now.
Okay. The reason for my doubt is, sir, initially when we got a mail, it was mentioned like Java, .NET, and database solutions expert. So that's the reason I have raised this, doubt.
Yeah.
And I wanted to clarify it with you.
Yeah, we have asked for multiple streams, and based on the nomination received, if you have applied for Java, they'll be part of the Java full stack training.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Professor Harshida, you have a question? Professor Harshida, you raised your hand. Dr. Satyabrata, do you have a question?
By mistakenly, I have taken the DSC. I want to DS, go with the DS.
Professor, multiple times I've repeated, we have clearly given all these rules during the nomination process. And based on that only, it is been nominated. Now there'll be no change of streams for this respective batches. Probably will be getting renominated for the future trainings, but not a swap of the technology right now.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Professor Bhaskar Rao, your question, please. Professor Bhaskar, do you have a question? Professor Fahamita, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Suresh
Yeah, go
Bala,
ahead, please.
thank you so much. You are explaining very well.
Other professors, can you be on mute, please? Yes, Professor,
Sir,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm Amita from Dhanlakshmi Srinivasan University.
Yeah.
I have the questions is that you are told that CC tracker need to upload our files after completing daily basis. So that
Yes.
file should be upload daily basis or after completing the whole program, sir?
You can do it on a daily basis, whichever you're completing on that particular day of learning. So don't have a backlog. If at all there is, you're not getting some time, you want to do it on 2 days, it's fine. But don't keep it piled up and upload at the end of the week or something. It's good to always do on a daily basis.
Okay, daily basis. Otherwise, if it is possible, we can do it next day also.
Yes, absolutely fine.
You do the time to that.
Yes.
Okay, sir. I have another question also, sir. The learning material you have given to us, right? That you showed us to in the BPL app. So in the so the learning materials is it teach by the mentor or we have to show the PDF and we have to see the video, everything. After that, we can learn about that.
So it's a good question. See, as I told you, some of the topics are going to assign as self-learning modules, which you're going to prepare in the coming week before start of the 3 weeks VLT session. During the 3 weeks of training program, our mentor will be guiding you on all the topics which are part of, which has been given in the PBL app also. So the mentor will be teaching you, guiding you, as well as for your learning, we'll be using the learning materials available in the portal.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. These are the questions I'm having right now. If I'm having anything, that time I can ask you, mentor. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Professor
Hello.
Pradeep, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, like initially when we received mail, we thought of like this will be going parallelly with our regular activity because it is a self. I have seen it is like a self-paced learning, so I thought like that. But if you see like 3 weeks, that to this month we are about to complete our syllabuses and conducting assessment.
Professor Pradeep, I got your point, which you have given the chat window also. In none of our communications, we have told it is a complete self-learning part, which you go by your own phase. Okay, all the instructions are very clearly communicated at the time of nomination itself. All right. So please talk to your HODs or the placement officer on this. And if you feel that you are not able to participate effectively, maybe you can get dropped from the training and maybe you can take it up in the future batches. But once you have been a part of the training, kindly ensure that you set aside your other works which you need to plan so that you will get
Because
the real effective
yeah,
usage
understood,
of this
sir.
training.
Yeah, definitely. I understood the perspective. Like, but actually, this kind of programs, if like in the kind like summer vacation time, probably we are free. That time we can, without interruption, we can participate. But now in
Please
the
talk to
middle of the
your
semester,
please talk to your placement officer on this. If you
yeah,
feel that
sure,
it's
sir,
going to
we
be
will
very
talk.
tight for you, okay, so that call you have to take, right?
Yes,
We are giving
sure,
an
sir.
opportunity for the professors to get engaged on the training, and that has to be effective.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
very
very
much.
Sir,
Suresh, sir.
we have a query.
Yes, go ahead.
Here from Gitanjali.
Yeah, go
Sir,
ahead.
one of my faculty have received email for 3 technologies.
No, a same professor will not receive on 3 technologies.
Sir, no, one of my faculty have received it.
Ask the professor to drop a mail to talent.next and the team will look into it. They will not get it.
Sure. Okay, sir.
three.
We'll let
It's
him
based
know.
on the nomination. One professor will be part of one training program only.
Sure, sure. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Professors, before we wind up, I think I've answered
Suresh,
most
sir?
of your question. Yes, Professor.
Yeah, Bhaskar here, sir. Sorry, I was not in a position to unmute
No problem. Please go ahead.
earlier when you called me, actually. Yeah, the thing is like during the training sessions, how come we will be getting support if needed, actually, with respect to logins, or if we get any issues, will we be in a position to get any contact person to get the things rectified?
Okay. See, if it is anything to do with the teams, because that teams is what you are having, which you need to work into that. Anything with respect to the training, expect any queries you have, any clarifications, you can always feel free to reach out to us on our email ID at talent.next@wipro.com, from where you're getting the communications. Our team is already available. They will respond to your query max within 30 minutes of your email. So please, you can drop a mail to talent.next for any support, and anything during the training. You have our mentor with us during the entire duration of the training program. You can always feel free to discuss with the mentor.
Okay, sir. Sir, another thing, if
Yes.
there are any live sessions happening, will the sessions be getting recorded, and will it be in a position to be viewed by us in future for further studies?
That is what I want to tell you right now. Professors, as per our policies, we want you to have the effective direct engagement during the training program. Hence, we will not be sharing the recordings of everyday training. Okay, that will not be effective. Then you'll be losing the focus. You'll say that I'll get a recording whenever I want, I can take it up. So no recording of the training program will be shared with you. Okay. And attendance is mandatory for every day for the complete duration of the program. Only then we will accept it as your participation, and only if it is 100% participation, you'll be receiving the participation certificate at the last day of the training program.
Okay, sir. Thank you for confirming.
Yeah. Professor Dr. Satya Brother, you have a question saying that you have a confusion between what is DSE and what is a DS. DS stands for data science. That is a batch which gets trained on data science with Python. And the DSE stands for database solution expert. The batch gets trained on SQL, PLSQL, advanced SQL, database tuning, and DBA. So that's completely related to database. DSE is for database and the DS is for data science. Professor Aruna, you have written about a name change, a spelling mistake, or that name change. Kindly drop a mail to talent.next. We'll take it up. Hope I have answered all of your queries and you got a clarity on the program and what is the expectations from the program. Thanks, professors, for joining the call. If you have any more queries at any point of time, feel free to write to talent.next@pro.com. I'll just keep it on the chat window also. Or you might have received mails from Talent Next. So kindly drop a mail to this email ID. Myself and my team will be available to support you immediately. So with this note, thank you, professors, for joining this orientation session. We eagerly wait you to see you on the start of the training program. You will get a mail with all those details about the inauguration event, which will be happening on the first day of the training program, your training bridge, the do's and don'ts of the training. So please keep watching our emails for the further instructions and please act accordingly. Thank you, professors, for your time. See you again.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, professors. You can leave the call.
Thank you. This is Anand. Thank you very much.
Sir, I have a query.
Yes, professor.
Sir, I'm Shabir from Dhanlakshmi Srinivas University. When can I expect the mail regarding the study material the learning material as well as the software hardware requirements and all?
I have already informed that you'll be getting it by today or tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Sir.